Welcome to Remels, a nice little town located in Lower Saxony, Germany. My hometown. Even though Remels is very advanced in many ways, we still have a good amount of wild plants and animals. For example, this duck, enjoying a cool bath in the Nordgeorgsfeenkanal, a channel running through town and enabling tourists to go for a ride in a ship. Let us start our little journey where I live. As you can tell, it's just a couple seconds until one can see the channel from here. If you walk a little to the right, following the Uferstraße, you can find this little forest. It's as nature intended it to be, and it was a great place to play and get lost when we were younger. However, if you prefer real parks over wildly grown forests, you can find the Höst Park not far from there. As you can see, the main area of the park is a big grassy area with lots of space for families and other big groups. A forest has been planted around this area, protecting families from curious glances. The park also offers a lot of benches and some smaller areas with flowers. Certain upper events are hosted here as well. We value our trees so much, they even have their own name tag. This one, for example, is a copper beech. You can easily tell it has been here for a while, and it will be as we work towards more greenery. We also value our youth. Not far from the Höstpark is the St. Martin's Kindergarten. It is a Protestant, kindergarten. What surprise. I went here when I was way younger than now, obviously, and much has changed since then. For example, take a look at this new amazing tool shed. This is our elementary school. I also went here before having to go to another town after completion. In Germany, elementary school contains 1st to 4th grade. The schoolyard has been redone almost entirely 1 year after I left. The school now has benches, a new playground with sand and not gravel, new toys all over the place, and even a blackboard outside. Am I jealous? A little. The Haupt- and Realschule, forms of secondary modern schools or middle schools, are located mostly in the woods. I never went there because I went to what can best be compared to a college preparatory school. The Haupt- and Realschule contains multiple buildings including the usual classrooms, but also a great amount of sport facilities including those used for basketball, soccer, volleyball, track, and many more. For instance, this facility is also used for semi-professional soccer matches and school activities. After you're done with school, you might want to check out one of our youth centers. This one is called the Schildbüttenhus, and even has an old bakehouse to it. It even has a memorial for Otto von Bismarck, an important statesman in the 19th century. You may have heard the bells. We're off to the church, the St. Martin's Church. But before we arrive, let us take a look at the gate. Its name is the Ostertor, and it was built in the 14th century in order to protect the citizens of Remels from raids. According to a legend, it also served as a home once. Whether or not this is true is totally up to you. The church itself, constructed before 1200 with a tower added in 1897 and 1898, is one of the oldest buildings in Remels. The Protestant church still holds services in the church every week. The building is flooded with people every Christmas and even attracts people from other towns. The St. Martin's House is another youth center. It belongs to the Protestant church and is well known for their events, including trips to the well-known Ase. Next to the church is a little library that especially the elementary school uses for further education. We also have a diaconie, which is a place for clerical welfare and social work, and is closely linked to the Protestant church. This is a tombstone honoring those who died during both world wars, bearing the inscription, "Their deaths remind us to do right, resist the wrong, and respect human dignity." We sure like to keep our politicians in one place. Welcome to the Town Hall of Remels, where most of our needs are taken care of. You can go here if you need help regarding the town, and just a couple seconds to the side is the tourist office of Remels. This is our windmill constructed in 1803. It doesn't work anymore, but you can marry inside. That's awesome, isn't it? Not necessarily a site, but hey, our money's here at the Raiffeisen Volksbank AG. While this bank is not our only one, it most certainly is the biggest one around. Even at a Tuesday around 4 p.m. the streets are packed with cars. I'm trying to cross the Ostertorstraße, a road with shops left and right. We have pizza parlors, shoe stores, tons of bakeries and grocery stores, banks and insurance companies, and so much more. Just look at how I barely managed to cross over. We are back on the Uferstraße now. This is a canoe rental with a cafe attached to it. It's warm now, so people go there, even on a Tuesday. It's great for children and the elderly, as it's a nice place to relax. But you can also book trips down the channel. Thank you for having taken the time to watch this little portfolio of Remels, my hometown. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, feel free to pass it around. See you next time. Auf Wiedersehen.